All right, good afternoon, welcome back. Just a couple of quick housekeeping reminders. So the expo is still open until 6, and then we've got the Augie Awards this evening at 7, followed by an after-hours party that there will be shuttle service. So make sure you take advantage of those as well. Thank you all for joining us for a continuation of this track on e-commerce, retail, and advertising. Again, I'm Kristen Glushan, your track chair. And I'm very excited about this one. I think all of the car lovers will be excited about this one too. It's titled High Quality Product Experiences in XR, Showcasing the Power of UnReal and VisionLib at Porsche's Taycan AR event app. And I'm joined by two great speakers who I'll just share a little bit about, and then they can share more about that as well. I've got John Buzzell, who is a best-selling author and award-winning leader in emerging technology, who's created experiences across the last 6 major digital transformations, including AR and VR, mobile, video, games, social, and more, focused in technology for media and marketing. He's led innovative work with Affleck, AT&T, Cartoon Network, Coca-Cola, Comcast, Disney, the NBA, Porsche, Stanley, Black & Decker, Warner Media, a lot of really amazing brands, which is pretty cool. So lots of really great brand experience. Today, he has enterprise customers using Epic Games' Unreal Engine, leading them through new eras and technological advancement and into the open and connected metaverse of real-time 3D. And joining him will be Jens Keil, who is the co-founder, head of product experiences at Visometry. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. The German startup is known for its VisionLib engine, a powerful tracking library for industrial XR apps that require enterprise-grade object tracking, and Twin, a software platform for AR-enhanced quality inspections. And so I'd like to welcome both to the stage and looking forward to their talk. Thank you.
Oh, the clicker. Thanks. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Here's the clicker. This is the most important piece of technology on this stage. All right. So thank you for the lovely introduction. My name is John Buzzell, and I work on the Unreal Engine team at Epic Games, where we work with enterprise companies from use cases that include selling soda to training surgeons and everything in between. And today we're going to be talking about the exciting vertical of automotive, and I'd like to discuss that with you today. There we go. Oops, back. So most people know us for Fortnite, right? This is arguably the largest video game in the entire world. Over 350 million people play it around the world across more than a dozen platforms. And they gather together for amazing events that sometimes number in the tens of millions of people coming together to experience what I like to think of as kind of a proto-metaverse. It's a persistent virtual world where we're all getting together. We're able to style our avatars and interact with each other, sometimes around a brand or a piece of IP, but we're always having fun. And it's amazing in the sense that kids are not just playing Fortnite, they're doing their math homework in Fortnite. They're starting relationships in Fortnite. This is really kind of an early indicator of what we have to look forward to, or part of it at least, which is why Epic Games is so committed to creators. The interesting thing about Fortnite is it's made with a piece of software called Unreal Engine. It's a piece of software that's been around for about 30 years, and Unreal Engine is free. So if you were here for the last talk given by my colleague Rafaela, you will have seen how Ferrari and Balenciaga and Mondelez with the Oreo brand all use Unreal Engine, from film and TV, television commercials, all the way through to architectural visualization and automotive design and marketing. It's an amazing piece of software, and it does a whole lot of things, some of which are here on the screen. Here are a few examples of just how people are using Unreal Engine across industries. There's absolutely no live action or pre-rendered CG. This is all real-time 3D coming out of free software that you can download while you're sitting here over the Wi-Fi. So it's pretty exciting. This is our MetaHumans project that you can use for free. You can style these virtual humans and bring them into Autodesk's Maya software, where you can animate them and style them and bring them back into Unreal Engine all for free. So no matter what your creative vision is, no matter what art style you have in mind, whether it's something representative and photorealistic or something that appeals to younger audiences, you can execute that flawlessly with Unreal Engine across every platform for people around the world. So that's Unreal Engine. And now we're going to talk about something that I'm even more excited about, which is cars. I got my first experience working with Porsche, doing some augmented reality for them back in 2017. And it was clear that not only were they committed to creating some of the finest automobiles in the world, but they were really committed to the experience of driving these cars and what it means to have that extension of your body that you can travel around the world and feel like you're in the ultimate control over your experience. And when they market these vehicles, they want to lavish them with light and shape. They want to evoke that emotional reaction that communicates that benefit of being a Porsche owner. And while I've never been a Porsche owner, I feel like I've come close handling these data sets, working with them across platforms, and helping them tell their story, which is why I'm so excited to be up here on the stage with Jens. We're also going to be hearing virtually from a company called NSYNK that are all working together to help Porsche tell their story using augmented reality. And with that, and apparently Unreal Engine does all these other things as well that go into making those beautiful images like you just saw. We would love to have you visit unrealengine.com or visit me for questions after today's talk and be happy to tell you more about how you could use it. I think I've used up enough time. I'm going to hand it over to you.
It's okay.
Yeah, this is an important message, which we want you to be metaverse ready. It all starts with real-time 3D, getting things in a place where you can work them across platforms. All right, great. Jens?
Okay, I was taking over. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. So hello once again from my side. I'm Jens. I'm with Visometry, and we are like a German startup into tech for AR, basically known for our AR tracking engine VisionLib, which enables like object tracking in XR applications. We're also doing like solution business in the terms of, or to help people with AR enhanced quality control. So some of these terms maybe not familiar for everyone, but we'll come into that. So for me, about metaverse, I think AR is a big part of that, like blurring the lines between reality and virtuality. And the question it starts with is, what generates a rich customer experience in XR? And for me, this kind of has three pillars. It's accurate tracking. What that is, I'll come to in a minute. And it is all about the high fidelity graphics, so to immerse people and to create credibility when we mix and merge reality with digital content. And the third one, of course, is great content and a great application with a good user experience, a good flow, a good UI that really engage the people inside this kind of application. And yeah, I brought with you something. This kind of was my first AR experience. It's almost 10 years ago. And maybe just look a little into the details with me now. So it has this, what we call market tracking. You have this black-white image that has this red outline thingy. And of course, it starts with, blend over, augmenting a planet. It had okay to poor graphics. But my point here for today, it was pain to create. Really, this was how it looked like, how I were able to create experiences and to create something like that. You had to have anything that enabled us to detect something in reality, to blend something over. And I was happy if I was able to place it around, just translate it a little onto the marker. Not at all anything you could go creative with. And today, I'm excited. We've come a bit further, so that changed, so the lines blurred a little between analog and real. And we have now much more possibilities to really fuse and create nice graphics and really immerse people into the experience. And let's stay a little with tracking for a minute. Tracking, to me, is the heart of the experience because it enables us, so tracking in a sense enables the systems to see reality with a camera, acquire it, the entire surrounding or objects in it, so that we are able to blend all the information and the content and the layers on top of it. And tracking is at the heart, and it makes or breaks an experience. So this is, for me, the point. We have good reasons for high demands on it. And this kind of tracking is something we do with VisionLib. It features a couple of different algorithms and techniques. I'm not going into the details here. I want to stick a little with these demands. So for me, one of the first is many experience. We don't want to have markers somewhere in our world, but we want to work with these objects in front of us, and we want to create experiences around them. And model tracking is a technique we call, it's became a de facto standard, and it enables us to track objects at high accuracy and with precision. Like it's an old video, but you still get the idea of what I mean with accuracy and precision. So things we blend and really work interactively with the content and with the reality capture objects and make sense. Another thing is robustness. So it has to be robust and work for a user. And a lot of users, they do crazy stuff. I'm, as a dev boy, is like, oh really, did he do that? Or he's using it in situations with bad lighting conditions or whatsoever. So it's typically you're, okay, but you want it to be continued, you want people to stay into the experience. So robustness is a pretty important thing. And something else is what I call vigilance. So it should be vigilant enough so to really bring people into the flow of the UX. So it should start immediately, not bothering of people like explaining how to use the system. It should just work. Just work and deliver the experience. And it also, to me, it has to be to bring awareness to our applications and experiences, like in this case, it understands what's going on in reality. So if a door opens, I want to be able to change the graphics accordingly. And of course, this is something we are really focusing at Visometry to enable this kind of technology on a tracking level. And here is a real-life demo. It's off topic a little in the terms of our presentation today, but it's something in real use. And you saw this piece, it was misplaced, so we call it read the system. And when the guy changed it and put it in the right position, it detected the changes and could validate it and then turn it into green, which I think is pretty amazing. And we might be still a small startup, but actually we were the first to present and introduce on an SDK level this kind of model tracking to a greater audience. And we did this back then in 2017 at AWE, and we had a one-by-one full-sized Porsche at the expo floor to present this kind of technology. And it also was pain because you had all these regulations with the gas in it. You had to put the batteries out, so I'm never ever going to do that again, to put a real car on the expo floor. But still, I mean, model tracking is key tracking-wise, and so we are really excited we've been the first to introduce it, and also today I'm super excited we're the first to bring this to Unreal. And to me, this is something that really matters, because in the end, for the users, it's all about the incredible experiences, but for us, for the creatives, the developers, and the businesses, it's all about having powerful tools, but simple workflows to use and engage and enable our techniques. So if a developer wanted to create stunning experiences before, Unity, with such a technology, Unity was his only option. And today, that's cool, he can use Unreal as well. And that's great because, visually speaking, he can get so much higher quality and create really stunning experience. And now people are able to use it with VisionLib, like an enterprise tracking SDK used by automotive, by manufacturing industries, from creatives as well. And it unlocks a whole new level of realism and quality. And with tracking in place and on the desired platform, I think people can really start focusing on content and app. And this is where I also virtually hand over to, I'm pretty excited, to NSYNK. It's a local German design studio, and they are really doing great stuff in the last couple of years in XR. And they were really the ones pushing us into these kind of directions because they had the pain. They wanted to put products and experiences on stage, and they have to have all these ingredients to make that work. And now I'll let Ino do virtually the talking, and let's see what he has to say.
And John for the introduction. I'm Ino from NSYNK. I would like to be here physically, but actually we are very close by in LA preparing the auto show for Porsche and the next iteration of this application, which I would like to present to you today, and which is also the foundation of this collaboration with VisionLib and Epic. So we are a small design studio from Frankfurt, Germany. Over the course of the last 5 years, we've developed a really strong focus on using augmented reality in particular, or mixed reality in a broader sense, for stage presentations, for live presentations. So we've done a lot of presentations on stages for a present audience, on fairs, for example, a lot of car shows. But we've also done a lot of broadcast-oriented productions, for example, for MTV, the Video Music Awards. So on this endeavor, we've started a very close collaboration with Porsche, and we had the opportunity to introduce the Taycan, the first electric Porsche, at IAA 2 years ago, a motor show in Frankfurt. And we've created a deep dive into the technology of the Taycan using augmented reality on stage. So that was a very successful presentation, and we thought how all of the design work and the animation work could be reused, so we give a second life to it and also reach a bigger audience. So we set out and ask ourselves, can we create a press conference in a box on a mobile phone, essentially? How could we squeeze all of the contents that we showed during this press conference in a mobile application that should be used by journalists or could be handed out to journalists, and that ideally could be used in the field. Apart from the obvious challenges in rendering quality, you have very high workstations on one side and a mobile platform on the other side. The trick was really to get a robust and reliable tracking solution that would allow us to essentially replace the whole broadcast grade tracking solutions that we had on stages and do AR tracking on a very high quality level in the field. So we partnered with VisionLib at that time because those were the only ones who could provide object tracking of a physical car, a life-sized car, which is a very big challenge because lighting situations vary. It's a very shiny object, and it's also very big. So it's easy to track something indoors, but if you want to do it outdoors, and that's a very complicated task to achieve. The first iteration of this application used VisionLib so that we can use a physical Taycan as a marker, as a reference point for our application. And we also used ARKit in parallel because we needed 60 frames per second and SLAM, so kind of orientation for the phone in space, so that if you look away from the scene and you look back, the scene is still there because we're telling much more about the car than just things that are on the object themselves, but we really create larger environments and storytelling around the object pretty much. So the tracking solution of VisionLib essentially made it possible that we could compress a whole press conference into a mobile phone, and we've created an app for journalists and for press people to be used with the Taycan to make reports with individual AR content. Now, that was 2 years ago. And now, since then, as a company, we have completely embraced the UnReal workflow. There was Corona. Our business was a lot of fair presentations. We were the first ones in Europe to embark on the virtual production journey. And we've created the Hyperbowl, which is the largest and most successful virtual production studio to date in Europe and especially in Germany. Since we started Hyperbowl, we essentially transitioned with our whole studio into an UnReal workflow. And we're kind of late comers to UnReal, but we're super happy to see that all of the tools that we need for what we do, what we mostly do, that is live shows, stage presentations, virtual production, broadcast, film. UnReal is really the production standard and comes with a lot of the tools and enablements that we need in order to do our job, and so that we can focus on being creative and not be so occupied with creating our own tooling. UnReal with VisionLib together for us really provides one unified platform that allows us to easily connect to the broadcast and industry-grade tracking systems that we use for virtual production and for broadcast AR. That allows us to create interactive experiences for mobile applications at the same time. So the pipeline aspect of this is really what makes this so interesting for us. The fact that everything looks much nicer in Unreal is an added bonus, but that alone wouldn't make us make the move. So unfortunately, this conference here is just 1 week early because we are right now in LA preparing the next iteration of this application that will showcase a new Porsche and also incorporate a lot of new features. So at this point, I have to say thank you, first of all, to Porsche, who really believe in this technology and have a lot of confidence in us and in our partners. And then, of course, to our partners here, VisionLib, for providing great software, and Epic for supporting us in developing these cutting-edge applications. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thanks, Video Eno.
Yeah, exactly.
He's working his tail off with his team in Los Angeles right now, but he definitely sends his best. I think you have a message?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just to wrap it up, I think stopping the break from one platform to the other is really important to enable these creatives to continue their work and without bothering with the details. So technology is a whole lot of it to bringing people and experience closer to the metaverse. And if you want to try it yourself, there's a public beta available on our website. You can register and try it yourself. Also, I would encourage you to come to our expo at booth 719 because we show a lot of the things there. You just saw in the video, and I'm happy to connect with everyone. And from here, I want to wrap up because time is almost over. I think we blow the schedule a little, but not too much. So thank you for your time and attention. Yeah. We're here for some questions. If you have one, we're happy to answer them. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Oh, we have time for questions, okay. So while you're thinking about your question or maybe building up some courage to approach the microphone, and if you're not like feeling the microphone, like we'll be around for a minute after to take your questions then. But Epic Games is so committed to creators. We've been humbled by the success that we've had with Fortnite, and we're really putting everything we can into Unreal Engine and an ecosystem around it to empower creators, producing wonderful experiences like NSYNK, and innovators like Visometry, putting together such important technology for us to marry the digital with the physical. We would love to see what you all are doing with this type of technology. We'd love for you to try this technology either with Unity, another great piece of software, or with Unreal. And find us on LinkedIn or find us here at the show and show us how you're using it. We would love to help you tell your story in a bigger way, and we just need to connect. So if there are no other questions, I guess we'll end it here. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming today, and we'll see you at the show.
Maybe one more thing, like an Apple style, sorry.
Yeah, go for
If you wanted to, like I said, try it, and if you have something to share in the end, and you wanted to maybe love us to share it for you as well, maybe you can just approach us and send it over to me or John. I think we're happy to look into it and find some nice ways, because I really love to see, like you were saying, to do what creative people do with it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.